There comes a moment when what has held you together can no longer hold, not because you have failed, but because something deeper is trying to emerge. What feels like collapse is often the beginning of reorganization. What feels like breaking is not destruction, it is exposure, a revealing of what has always been there, waiting beneath the surface of who you thought you had to be. The system begins to strain before it breaks. There is a pressure that builds quietly, often unnoticed at first. Then suddenly everything feels like too much. Thoughts accelerate, emotions intensify. The sense of control begins to slip. What appears chaotic is not random. It is the nervous system reaching the edge of what it can currently hold. This is not dysfunction. It is a threshold. The body keeps what the mind cannot resolve. Tension settles into the chest, the breath becomes shallow, and energy that was never fully processed remains stored as incomplete responses. Beneath conscious awareness, the brain is constantly scanning for safety or threat, shaping perception before you even realize it. What you feel is not just emotional, it is biological, patterned, learned. When the structure gives way, orientation is lost. What once felt stable no longer makes sense. Identity loosens, certainty dissolves. The mind reaches for something familiar, but nothing fits in quite the same way. This is the space most people try to escape as quickly as possible. But this disorientation is not a mistake, it is the clearing. As the system destabilizes, parts begin to surface. Memories, sensations, emotions, some familiar, some long buried, rise into awareness. The mind attempts to organize them, to make sense of what is happening, but not everything can be understood immediately. This is the phase where fragmentation feels most real, where the question becomes not how do I fix this, but what is actually unfolding here. There is a limit to what the system can process at once. Pushed too far, too fast, and overwhelm takes over. The experience becomes too intense, too fragmented, too destabilizing. But when there is enough support, internal or external, the system can begin to integrate rather than collapse. Transformation does not happen through force. It happens within a window the body can sustain. No system reorganizes in isolation. The capacity to process what is breaking open depends on support, on presence, on awareness, on the ability to stay with what is emerging without being consumed by it. When there is enough stability, the fragments begin to connect. The chaos begins to form coherence. Integration is not something you do. It is something that happens when the conditions are right. The way through is not conceptual, it is embodied. Thought cannot resolve what is held in the nervous system. The body must be included in the process. Breath deepens, sensation is allowed. Awareness anchors into the present rather than escaping into explanation. Healing begins when experience is felt, not avoided. At a certain point, something changes. The system no longer reacts in the same way. There is space where there used to be urgency. There is awareness where there used to be reflex. The same stimuli may still arise, but they are no longer overwhelming in the same way. This is not the absence of difficulty, it is the presence of capacity. What once felt like separation begins to reveal itself as care. Boundaries are not walls, they are membranes, responsive, intelligent, alive. Too open, and the system becomes flooded. Too closed, and connection is lost. But in balance, boundaries allow both protection and relationship. This is where love becomes sustainable. Healing does not happen in isolation. The nervous system learns through connection, and it relearns through connection. Safe, attuned presence allows new patterns to form. What was once associated with threat becomes associated with safety. The system updates itself, not through theory, but through lived experience. Change becomes relational. The system begins to expect something different. Where there was once vigilance, there is now openness. Where there was contraction, there is now possibility. These shifts may feel subtle at first, but they are profound. The body no longer prepares for the same outcomes, it becomes available to new ones. This is how reality begins to change from within. After the intensity, something quieter emerges. Not a dramatic transformation, but a steady one, a sense of grounding that does not depend on external conditions. The system no longer needs to brace in the same way. It trusts its own capacity to meet what arises. This is what integration feels like, not perfect, but stable. What was learned in disconnection must be rewritten in connection. The nervous system cannot fully heal alone because it did not learn alone. Through safe relationships, through attuned presence, through shared regulation, the system begins to revise its expectations. Healing becomes something that happens between, not just within. In the end, what emerges is not something extraordinary. It is the ability to be here fully without needing to escape, to experience life as it is, without constant resistance. The ordinary moment, once overlooked, once avoided, becomes enough, not because it has changed, but because you have.
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, Not for Wimps: The Hard Path of Spiritual Transformation. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.